He messaged me around March this year. His semen analysis was very poor, and he has been on treatment for like several years, not having any certain success addressing his health condition. His sperm count is less than 1 million per mil, and that is very poor. It should be around 15 to 20 million per mil, and a total of 39 million to give him a chance of becoming a father. I told him to do scrotal scan. Let's know what's wrong within the testicular environment, because when your sperm count is low, or when there's abnormality in your motility level, it's indicating that there are some structural or functional abnormalities affecting your testicular environment that's making it not to be conducive for sperm cells. So he went ahead and he did the scrotal scan. It shows he's having bilateral testicular atrophy, which means both of his testes has reduced in size. They're reduced in size, and this often as a result of poor oxygen supply, and this affects the testicular function. He's also having bilateral chronic epididymitis. Bilateral chronic epididymitis, that is inflammation of the epididymis. The epididymis is where the sperm cells are being stored. When the testis produces the sperm cell, the immature sperm cells will be transported to the epididymis, where it will get matured and where it will get transported outside during the course of ejaculation. So this epididymis is inflamed on both ends, and it's a chronic one, which makes the testicular environment not to be conducive for sperm cells. I wrote out his treatment plan, and I told him that by grace of God Almighty, within 6 months, we should be able to achieve success addressing the condition. We commenced treatment fully around late March to April, and some few days ago, he messaged me with the news of the week. He said, my wife has conceived. She has gotten pregnant. I was like, wow, within 2 months, we've achieved this. So he said that after using the medication for like a month, he has a friend who is a medical lab scientist. So he went to, to repeat the test. He was just like curious. Even before a month, he said it. He said before a month. So he said he was just kind of curious. He wants to know, the impact that the medication have had on his, on his sperm quality and quantity, because he has been on medication for long. So he's kind of, skeptical and pessimistic. So he said when he repeated the test, then he said he was even looking at it himself. His friend showed him through the microscope, and he can see that these sperm cells are in millions. Okay, then afterwards, that was when the wife missed her menstruation, and after a few days she went for PT pregnancy test, and it shows that she's pregnant. So I'm very, very happy. Look at, I told him it can take us around 6 months to address the condition, not because I wish it reached 6 months, but because of looking at the severity of the condition and how our body reaction to treatment differ from person to person. There are some people that when you tell them that, when you give them treatment plan of 4 months, within 1 month, everything will be perfected because they're able to respond to treatment fast. While some patients, they can even overuse the treatment before they get tangible results, because our body response to treatment, our body reaction to treatment differ from person to person. But by the grace of God Almighty, we've been achieving massive success using this formulation of ours. I'm really happy for this brother, and I pray God Almighty make his wife to have a safe delivery, so we come and eat within the next 9 months. Thanks so much, the Criterion Case.